104. Be self-restraint. Those are wanting habitual, their want is forever. We face man-made want and only get misery. He who has much desire, his want will never be reduced, satisfaction will never come. Little expectation brings sound recreation. Happiness is hidden among limitation of expectation and not within the satisfaction of expectation. The excitement is controlled by controlling sense organs. The wise rescues the soul from worldly affection being judged. Mind consisting to anything due to penetrate, at that time real situation and body also become addicted through such thought and dream. Because of expecting mind are full of various reformations. It is duty to check mind leaving idle. Do your psychophysic activity with pleasure without desire and lust. Wise do not expect transitory objects. When desire decays, soul becomes deity. Restraints of sense organs are neutral addiction which control one's eating, drinking, speaking, activities etc. and bring tranquility. Control your tongue and sexual organs properly. Greed means too much inclination towards biological enjoyment. As there is no limit of necessity, so beyond the eligibility it is not wise to expect anything. Irrelevancy of expectation and achievement raise peacelessness. Expectation is endless. Life is nothing but blind expectations. Tendency is painful until tendency is prevented, after then new tendency is created. It is quite natural that your mind will be excited from time to time on some particular situations, but try to learn to control yourself. Mind is however controlled, then issue cannot make attention of him. Attraction of issue is uninterrupted. It cannot be reduced by sexual intercourse. Where no restraint there is no truth and austerity. Converting the interestful work into unselfish work through perseverance is restraint. Concentration of mind is useful due to forceful at first, controlling of thought will be done automatically. Body, mind all over thought, and in the all way we are slaves of nature. Everything in the nature has made us its slaves. We are slaves, conscious and unconscious mind. Slavery of tendency are root of all the misery. Who are materialist, cannot raise up over life. To enjoy profit is only happiness of souls for them. General needs are fulfilled from external world. When our want is not fulfilled through externally, then we want to fulfill from inner side. The real peace comes by wining sense organs. Successful men always follow sacredness in words and action. Rare objects can be achieved through self-control. Mainly there are four kinds of self-control. Those are less eating, less drinking, less sleeping, and to leave personal desires. Have a sense of satisfaction and patience. Don't be slave of your habits and keep your home free from wealth and assets than a grave. Only then you will find that you won't suffer before your death. Greed for wealth and properties kills a man as humanity. A food is tasteful or distasteful till it remains up to the end of one's tongue, but we are too much hanker after this temporary material or matter. Full of intoxicate man lose his common sense. On the other hand, full of eating and drinking man can harm others very easily due to too much greed for fulfilling his desires. But there is a very little possibility to be harmed by an intoxicated man. Those who don't have deep knowledge about reality are always afraid of all worldly affairs. He who can control himself can attain the greatest truth. Attraction are four kinds: sexuality, thought, attention, non-education. The act of religion is to rescue the soul from hands of attractions. Sacredness is to check expectation, so do not intolerance. Right philosophy, right use of usual material, tolerance, power, ignorance, ending of enjoyment, good thinking can abandon addiction. Addiction is abandoned by preventing excitement of sense organs. The root of addiction is instinct. Expectation of sexual intercourse is like indebtedness. The reason of each disorder is the deep addiction of egoism. Addiction is like punishment of hell, misery to acquire, anxiety to maintenance, and restlessness to keep safe the future. Person who is beyond firm off greed is successful. Dynasty property is not permanent. What is the benefit should be penetrated? Practice to achieve high position, honor, wealth are like bane of death. Profit, reputation, honor, respect, shelter, all are not more than complexity. Fulfilling of expectation do not reduce, rather they increase by transforming into habit. Of course it reduce by meditation. One's tendency becomes frustrated after passing few times with joy. Expectation brings misery. Stoicism is happiness. Expectation is the sole reason of misery. Reduce of addiction is happiness. Knowledge of truth, ultimate bliss, transcendental virtues and continence are the sources of peace. Happiness, game, lust, earning wealth, wife, son, everything are in vain. Expectation is like child. How much children will be entertained they will be with drinking milk. Children and foolish want everything, because they are unable to judge the merits and demerits. Uncommon demand of general mass stand for extreme cause of misery. All rivers are fallen into sea, but in order to that sea do not filled up. The mind cannot expect whether it do not finds expectation. To reduce interest preventing expectation, to express simplicity and easy expression. Restraint is root of peace and happiness. So conduct should such in word and action which a mind attract to restraint rather enjoy. Self-actualization and education acquire is possible by control of sense organs. The sign of wise men is to say little. Small eating is helpful for health, small sleeping is like meditation, and a few companionship with men keeps security. There is no end of demand. Another demand is raised to fulfill one demand. Expectation of love is joy, expectation of life is peace, and expectation of soul is heaven. If the first expectation is not controlled easily, then the later are hard to control. There is no end of human demands. When he fulfills one of his demand, another demand comes up in his mind. Big misery, big pain, hardship, family before or very poverty, vacant, very small closed darkness. Want rice, live, light, Fred wind, strength, health, joy, long-liveness, brave heart. This disruption bring picture of faith from heaven. There should be similarity among expectation and getting. Which man wants, whether that gets, then demand is gradually raised. If extend hand to sky, nothing gets except emptiness. Which is not got, do not extend hand for that. Do not ruin, do not be, demand more. This is the rule of nature. So tenure of expectation and receive should be to the ground. The meaningless expectation is cause of misery. The moderate expectation is midway. Who does not want anything, everything go to him. There is no happiness to the expectationless life also. There is no joy to get undemanding. The real joy is among expectation and achievement. Additional demands is the reason to fall of a man. People who are little seeker are become will. How much the demand will increase, satisfaction will so be died. Self-need of people drive him always. Greed and sex expectations make attack against man from inside. Only greed is aggressing all good acts of people. Sin originates from greed and miseries are adopted. Greed has imposed man to misery, thirst for worldliness, misdeeds, and proud of education and forms, proud of wealth, to think ruining of other, ignorance, unfaithfulness, misbehave, snatching away wealth of others, etc. can raise. Eradication of greed increase happiness. Detach all bondage of expectation, desire, lust, etc. Don't cut down outside tree, but cut down the jungles and bushes of your mind and attain a salvation of your mind free from all desires. Until the attraction for woman remain in a man, such as ox is admired with mulch cow, likely man is addicted with woman. Be balanced with words and mind. Physically do not any unfair work. Always keep these 3 ways. It is good to be balanced in terms of body, words and minds. Which priest can be balanced always, he is removed from all sort of misery. Be off from greed. Wealth greedy person only see wealth, sex seekers only see sex providers. Greed is cause of sin is doubtless. Greed is the enemy of peace. Until this greed is exist, then peace will not come. There is no power to do so. Ruin among rich are reason of greed. The greed is the cause of impeach among to monarchy, king and civilian. Whether there is no fear of obstruct and revenge, then very few people will take lesson of restraint. Restraint can preserve power. But extreme restraint is underproductive. Unbalanced restraint is the cause of various troubles. To overcome those are way of every resources. By which way alms are gotten, that way is final.